Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs and Fuego. We're documenting the journey of amazing entrepreneurs. Infinite Nation, Carey Conley is in the house. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
What's your favorite color?
Turquoise.
What's your favorite number?
8.
And it is 8 because it's Infinite Nation,
That's
isn't
right.
it? See, I knew that.
You are quick.
No, you are quick because I'm asking all these questions. You're like a rapid firing, man. You're just like da.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
You're an entrepreneur's coach.
I am a speaker and an entrepreneurial coach, yes.
What's the biggest thing that we lack as entrepreneurs when it comes to speaking in front of a crowd?
When it comes to speaking in front of a crowd,
Yes.
well, most of them have never done that, so they don't have a clue how to do it. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs don't know that they should be doing it. So the first key is I teach them how to understand that this is a pretty good thing on how to promote your business.
So we are a brand, and we don't understand that we are a brand, and that we have to
Right.
communicate our message in a very cogent, coherent, and intelligent, and marketable, and fun way.
Right.
So we should practice.
Practicing is good, but I think not just being able to stand up in front of, a mirror and think, okay, I'm going to practice this, so this is going to go well. There's also an art about learning what you're going to say and how you're going to say it based on how much time you have. I think that's another thing that entrepreneurs don't understand, that length of time is really important.
You have 10 seconds. We're in a networking
Yes.
meeting, and
Right.
I'm asking you, hi, how are you, Carey? My name is Francisco.
Right.
What do you do?
Right. So they need to know in those 10 seconds, they need to be able to say something really succinctly to the person they're talking to that makes their message really sticky. So a lot of
What do you
times-
mean by sticky?
Well, sticky meaning that what they say, the person can go, I totally get what you do. And that person can turn around and introduce them to somebody else and say, this is what Carey does. That's what I mean by sticky. A lot of entrepreneurs, what they do is they want to put way too much into their message really quick. And it
So they wanna-
confuses the person they're talking to.
All right, so we want to tell you all the things that
We
we're
wanna
doing
tell you
inside
everything.
50 seconds and everything else. My firstborn, I went to school here, and da. And the next thing you know, it's,
Right.
dude, I just asked you what you do.
Exactly.
I don't want to
need
date you
your
right
whole
now.
life
Just,
story.
yeah.
I just want to know what you do. You have 10 seconds to tell me what your best thing is.
What is your pitch? All right, in 10 seconds, tell me. What do you do?
I'm an entrepreneurial coach that I help them get up over the six-figure income because most of them never do.
That's 10 seconds, perfect. How do you
Correct.
do that?
I teach them the foundational things that nobody else is teaching them. So they need to learn how to market their business using the right strategies at the right phases, and a lot of them don't. A lot of them, what they're doing is winging it. They're guessing at what they should be doing.
Why is it that we're not doing that? I mean, we are entrepreneurs. We have to know something. I mean, there's a little fire in there
Well,
that is
the
telling
fire's
us.
there, but the knowledge of how to run it as a business is not.
Okay.
So let's say somebody decides, a yoga instructor decides, I don't want to work for somebody else, I want to have my own yoga business.
Okay.
They're passionate about yoga, they love it, they eat, sleep, and breathe it.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to monetizing it as a business, whole other thing. So those are the things I teach, is how to take that passion and turn it into a money-making business.
How do you get into this thing? How do you find out that you had that ability?
Well, I've built 2 businesses. I've been an entrepreneur for over 24 years, and I've built them up over the six-figure income, so I know foundationally what it looks like.
What kind of business were they?
Previously, I was with Arbonne, which was a home-based business. I'm sure you're familiar with it. A lot of women are. It's a skincare. It's similar to like Mary Kay, Pampered Chef,
All right.
home-based business. So I jumped into that 24 years ago so that I could work from home and raise my children, and went all the way to the top of the company. And then 4 years ago, I grew. I decided that I wanted to start coaching outside of the walls of one company and become my own brand. So I started coaching some entrepreneurs on many different business platforms. And so Infinite Nation, my community, was born so that I could bring them in, coach them, and put them around other entrepreneurs. Because one of the biggest reasons they quit is they're lonely. They're trying to figure things out on their own. They, left to their own devices, get really filled with doubt and a lot of
And then we start hearing all
failing.
sorts of voices.
Exactly. Yeah, I call them the mean girls in the head. Yes. So I put them into a coaching community where other entrepreneurs are working through the same hard stuff.
All right.
Because the statistics are that less than 6% of entrepreneurs in this country ever break a six-figure income. And one of the biggest reasons for that is because they try and do it alone. They aren't in a world where other people are struggling through the same stuff.
Not only that, but the odds are stacked against us. I mean, 8 out of 10 of us will fail. Period.
Yeah.
And those are the odds.
Those are the odds. What's sad about that is that they think it's because of outside forces as to why they're failing, and really it's because they just don't know what they're doing. Most of us didn't go through college or high school even to learn entrepreneurial skills. So they are, again, coming into something they're passionate about, but having no knowledge as to how to run it as a business.
Knowledge is very important.
It's everything.
It's everything. And particularly when you're launching a product, I had this, she's a good friend of mine, and he comes in and says, I got a great idea for a product. I says, all right, that's perfect. And he begins to describe this little band that you can put around your waist where you can stick your credit cards and your IDs, and this is the most revolutionary thing for runners. And I says, I think that there's a product like that. I'm pretty sure that somebody else already, no, is very great. Didn't bother to just Google this damn thing and could have found that there was this product already there.
Yeah.
Furthermore, the price was like about $40. I'm, dude, this is, they're selling it in China for like $8. Please wake up.
Right.
And so it's knowledge, it's education, it's knowledge, and that's what you impart.
Well, once they figure out they do have a marketable business, a product or service that isn't being done, then we go to work at strategically putting some metrics around it. Business is all numbers. It's understanding how to get in front of enough people every month to attach and attract your ideal client that they want to buy you, right?
I understand everything that you're telling me, and I understand the need for your service. But how, the first step is, for an entrepreneur to get your services, I would imagine, would be to realize that I need your services.
Right.
How do you wake me up from that denial?
Yeah. Well,
and get to
you may not be the one who is my ideal
client. Do you do interventions
client.
And stuff? I mean, you knock on people's businesses?
I'm not a counselor. I am a mentor and a coach for an entrepreneur that has a viable business and wants to learn how to make it into a money-making business.
So how do you wake me up from that denial and make me realize that maybe I need to call you in order to get my business to that?
Well, the biggest question I ask most entrepreneurs is, how much money are you making? How much money is going into the bank? Your income. And usually what I find for most of them
we're running for the hills, we're hiding,
we don't,
click.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going through mountains.
What are you talking about money? So, I guess at the end of the day, cash is king.
It is.
Right? I mean, it's just, we love what we do, and yes, we're helping people, and, I hear a lot about passion. And yes. And if I just do it long enough, eventually it'll work, and I'm like, no. What you need to do is you have to have an income target. So the first question I ask is, what is the income target for this year? How much money do you need to make that is going in the bank? And once we know that number, then we quantitatively map out an activity plan month by month that is going to every 90 days incrementally grow the business, right? It's math and it's treating. Here's the thing, I do a lot of Facebook, and I do Facebook Live videos. I learned how to do that 2 months ago. It's awesome.
By the way, before you say anything,
Yep.
I know like the best teacher, the best coach for this type of things,
Yep.
media. She's right there. She's saying hi to you. Taylor, oh yeah, she's phenomenal.
Awesome.
She gives classes.
Yeah, I'm learning a little bit about that. So
she's phenomenal.
This month, what I'm going to be talking about is tips around how to understand whether you are running a hobby or you're running a business. Because most entrepreneurs, when I ask them key questions, they find out that they're running a hobby. And hobbies cost you money. Running a business is making money. There's two very different.
Very, very different.
Yes.
And here's, for me, the difference between hobby and a business is the fact that you're going to take some time. Now, you're talking about the Facebook. You're going to take some time to, if you're going to do it yourself, that's cool. But please learn how to use your damn camera or your phone or something like that. Otherwise, you're going to look very amateurish and in practice.
I hire people who do all the social media for me because there is an art and a science to it. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can really, really tick people off. So I was banned from pushing the buttons a long time ago. So,
but it sounds like
I do what I need to do, but they take it from there.
You're a pretty quick study. I think you can just pretty much figure it out.
I just hire really good people. I stay in my genius zone, and that's what I teach my entrepreneurs to do.
Staying in your genius zone.
I stay in my genius zone, doing what I do best.
What's the best advice you ever received?
Was literally what I just said, to figure out what it is that I do, and when I do it, it is what I excel at, and it brings me paying clients. The other stuff gets delegated out.
Infinite coaching.
Infinite Nation.
Infinite Nation.
Yep.
You came up with that name? Somebody else came up with that name?
I came up with that name.
How did that happen?
Well, there's lots of special meanings around the word infinity for
Of
me.
course. In fact, I'm looking at your necklace, and
Thank
it's
you.
the infinity.
This is a gift for my kids at Mother's
Oh.
Day. I know. Makes me cry.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to
Yeah.
cry in this.
No, we're not. We're not.
Where are you going to take your business?
Oh, lots of different places. The next place we want to take it to is that I want to start coaching coaches so that I can leverage myself so that we can be coaching entrepreneurs, not just locally, but nationally,
I love
globally. And I also want to grow what we're calling Infinite Nation University so we can start teaching high school and college age adults how to become entrepreneurs and how to run their business.
I know a great person for you. Her name
Great.
is Olinka Cullinan.
Okay.
She runs Tycoon University
Okay.
for kids that are becoming entrepreneurs.
Awesome.
I'm
I would
gonna put
love
you in
that
touch with her
information.
because this is what you're telling me right
Yeah.
now is exactly what she.
Yeah, and I'm
what
not
she's doing. She's
about
focusing.
reinventing the wheel. If somebody else is doing it, I
phenomenal.
love lining myself up with other people.
How important is to get out there as an entrepreneur and network and meet the right people?
It's everything. And that is unfortunately one of the hardest things for an entrepreneur to do.
That's what I asked.
What they want to do is to come in and sit behind the screen and push out a lot of social media and do a lot of SEO and just wait for the orders to come, and wait for people to hire them. And unfortunately, it does not work that way. What you have to do is you have to get out and network and speak and talk to people to start building name recognition and brand and credibility. And it's hard, especially for somebody who's coming, let's say, from a desk job
Yeah.
to now wanting to be an entrepreneur and saying, okay, you now need to be out networking a couple times every week and talking to people about what you do. Very, very difficult.
Get
It's
out.
one of the skills we teach in my coaching group is how to network.
When do you do these things? When do you do this?
So if I have an entrepreneur that they really are committed to wanting to grow their
Yes.
business, not as a hobby, but as a business,
Yes.
I bring them into a year-long coaching group called Top 6.
Ooh,
And networking is one of the key things we teach.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to have another
Yeah.
show for that because I think that's going to
Yeah,
be very productive.
absolutely.
I know a couple of entrepreneurs that I could think
Yeah.
could use your services, including myself.
Wonderful.
I got to get out of my denial phase. though.
Yes. It's hard.
You can hit me.
Denial's comfortable.
It's like, of course it is.
Yeah.
It's a great meeting you.
Yeah. Thank
With
you very
that,
much.
thank you. Can you say this? We're out. Can you say
We're
that?
out.
Nice. I like it.